You are literally being distracted as we speak, guys, right? There's so many events taking place around the world, but most people aren't seeing what's happening in front of your face, right? It's happening in plain sight. Hey, Rosie Rios, looks like the train had left the station. Why? The Federal Reserve just updated their website homepage. July 20th, the quote-unquote magic day, guys, right? You can't make this stuff up because we're talking about the Fed, guys, that controls the whole system. They just updated their website stating Federal Reserve names organizations certified as ready for FedNow service, right? A lot of FedNow talk recently. Launching late July. The image they put up, guys, it's very interesting. You can't make this stuff up, right? Obviously, this signifies that it's speedy or fast, but there's a train right there, guys, right? This train has left the station. Now, and we're not joking when we say the train has literally left the station, guys, right? Maybe you could, I don't know, drive fast as possible and hop on the train, guys, because time is running out. But breaking news, a total of 130 countries, 130, which is 13 countries representing 98% of the global economy are now exploring digital versions of their currencies, with almost half in advanced development, pilot, or launch stage. Welcome to the monetary reset, guys, right? We're not making this stuff up, guys. Look at this. Reuters is coming out with their articles stating that everyone, literally everyone, basically the entire world is looking towards these CBDCs, right? And by the way, they will 100% launch it. No doubt about that, guys. Do you guys want to know why? Kenya's president calls for all African nations to officially ditch the US dollar. Whoa, they really want to ditch the US dollar, guys, right? And they're not playing any games because the president of Kenya calls for a new financial architecture right in the face of Macron, guys, right? And you thought we were just going crazy, but these presidents of certain countries are stating the facts. They're all talking about, it's by the way, it's all about the money. It's all about financial, right? Nothing else but financial. They're talking about a new financial system. Let's use a global crypto asset that no country can control for trade. X. Check this out.
We need a financial transaction tax at a global level where even countries like Kenya pay. We do not want anything for free. You will pay more eventually because you have a bigger economy. We will pay commensurate to our economy. And we want those resources controlled, not by IMF and World Bank. Because IMF and World Bank, you have the final say. We don't have no say. We want another organization of equals.
Wow, this is crazy, guys. Whoa, he's literally going against the IMF, right? Because they have no say. The IMF, the Fed, these certain agencies, institutions, actually, they are above the government institutions and whatnot. Government agencies are above the quote-unquote law, right? They actually create certain laws, guys, for we the people to be controlled and governed by. But check this out. This person, right, the president of Kenya is stating, we want a level playing field at this point in time. Think about it, guys. This is absolutely crazy. Wait, what?
Where you have as much say because you pay as much as we do because we also pay. That's the organization we are looking for. And that is why we are saying we need a new financial architecture where governance, where power is not on the hands of a few people. We can agree on the governance of the institution. We can agree on the sharing of power so that all of us have access to resources that go to making sure, number one, renewable energy. We invest in decarbonization. Number two, adaptation, mitigation, smart agriculture. Number three, restoring our planet, restoring our biodiversity, and making sure our carbon sinks work. This is what we are saying, and we would appreciate a little understanding. We want to be, we are talking the normal. If we continue talking the normal, Emmanuel, we will never.
Wow, guys, this is crazy. He's trying to stop him from talking more and like exposing the system, right? The industry. But he's not talking. I mean, he's not stopping at all.
Solve this problem. Things are not going forward; they're going backwards. Tokenism, installment will not solve this problem. We have a much bigger problem than the installment we are discussing here will solve. You're not hearing us.
Again, guys, so if they all honestly want something neutral, they could implement XRP, the neutral bridge asset currency. Don't you see? It's all in front of our damn faces, guys. This is so fascinating. I'm pretty sure they gave him the script though, right? At the end, if we're being honest here, guys, this person is literally, he memorized the script, right? because this pushes and accelerates the new level playing field at the end of the day, guys, right? So what are your, again, so script is so predictable. Check this out though. I don't know why the Russian embassy right here is saying the same thing, right? We no longer want IMF and World Bank. Wow, they're actually going after the people, guys, right? The them, which is crazy. This is how, guys, this is so scripted. Oh my, this is abs. Because if this wasn't scripted, he would have lost his job. He would have been fired, right? He would have resigned. They would have, the IMF, the World Bank, the Fed would have went after him, right? If he went rogue. This is how you guys know this is 100% scripted, guys, right? He can't make this stuff up. We need a new financial architecture where governance and power is not in the hands of a few. A new organization of equals, which literally states a new level playing field. Who else stated this? Ripple themselves, guys, right? This is all making sense. Things are not going forward. They are going backwards. You are not hearing us. This is the craziest thing. And it's funny that he was trying to stop the president of Kenya to stop talking, right? Because he's playing in an act, guys. They're all actors at the end of the day. And who comes into play? Ripple and quote XRPs like gold that can instantly teleport around the world. From who stated this? David Damn Schwartz, guys, right? Quote, XRP is an asset that can be used for settlements. It's kind of like gold that can instantly teleport around the world. It does actually move value and there's nothing to settle afterwards, end quote, guys. Can I tell you guys something? It doesn't matter which coin is built. It doesn't matter the speed of a coin. It doesn't matter nothing about any of those use cases or utility, right? You know what matters the most out of every other thing? It's the connections. That's literally the most important factor that these people go by. It's who you are connected to, which asset is connected to which system, guys. Who knows who? The Ripple team literally is in talks with the Fed, with world countries, with the central bankers. It's game over, literally. Justin, 20 new countries apply to join BRICS alliance, right? So it seems as they're not stopping one bit. Look at the image right here, right? You got Putin right there. And it's funny because Putin now states,
Вот наши друзья в Индии и премьер-министр, большой друг России, господин Моди, он целую концепцию выделил несколько лет назад. Сделано в Индии. Ну и знаете, эффект есть. Реально эффект для индийской экономики ощутимый. Вот не грех повторять то, что запретено, если и не нами, то нашими друзьями, и хорошо работает.
Isn't it weird that they all talk about the economy, right? Because it's all about the economy. Now, it seems as all these people are coming together as one, guys, right? And we're not making this stuff up because 20 new countries apply to join BRICS alliance, guys, right? And they're not stopping. BRICS is attempting to challenge the unipolar order of global politics, right? So basically, they're going against the quote-unquote system, but in fact, they are playing their roles, guys, right? To push blockchain in itself. Oh, by the way, BRICS stated themselves that they're looking at Bitcoin to use it for cross-border payments, right? Cross-border settlements. If they use Bitcoin, this is how you guys know XRP literally is, guys. If they use Bitcoin, good luck. The fees, guys, the fees will be millions upon millions to even send a little bit of money, right, across the world. Because imagine when there's a bull run, right? Imagine the height of the bull run. The Bitcoin network will be very congested, guys, right? Which means even higher fees, guys, right? So it's going to be very bad. Bitcoin will literally self-destruct. So they can't use Bitcoin. What else? Which other crypto asset can they use? Oh, you don't say? XRP, right? Interesting. Look at this. Greenback. The list of candidates for joining the association continues to increase. The number of states seeking to join this association is nearly 20. It reflects BRICS' growing and already considerable role in the international arena as an association of countries with similar positions. Discussions continue on what could be the criteria for joining the BRICS nations, and South Africa has intensified this work, right? So basically, they're going after the West, guys, right? And look at this. As playing an act, they were both nervous and shocked, guys, right? All these people were. But remember, they're just playing an act. They're all on the same side, all on the same team. Now, I wanted to play this video, the final tweet, last but not least, from Mr. Intuitive, History Repeats, all about the currency. I wanted to play this video because it tells you about the master game plan at hand, guys, right? This will help for what's coming, and it's all about the money. Remember, check this out. And I forgot to mention all about control as well, because it talks about this, guys. Now, I'm going to put this on 2 times speed, because if I wasn't, it was going to be a long video, guys. But if you guys would like to hear the video more clearly, you guys can go ahead and slow down this video, right? But check this out.
I think I found the real reason why the American Revolutionary War was started, and I think history's repeating itself. And it's not what they taught us in school. Because if you learned about the American Revolutionary War in school, you were probably taught about things like the Stamp Act, where the slogan was no taxation without representation. And sure, this is part of the story, but it's not the whole story. So what was it that the Founding Fathers were really most concerned about? Well, it definitely wasn't tea, and part of it was taxation without representation, but the big thing was actually money. If you notice, the Stamp Act was regulating all sorts of printed materials that had to be printed on stamped paper. So they were regulating printed materials. And the important part is that it had to be paid in British currency, not in colonial paper money. Because at the time, the colonists were experimenting with all sorts of their own kinds of money. During the 1700s, the colonists were free from English central banking that had been ruling their lives for the last 100 years or more. And they were inventing their own currencies by the people, for the people. And don't get me wrong, many of those currencies were garbage and many of them failed. It was the Wild West. There were all kinds of problems with colonial paper money, but it wasn't controlled by the English central bank.
There you guys go. They wanted control, guys, right? This is exactly why that video, which we just seen, right, from the different presidents, or from the Kenyan president talking, is literally just scripted, guys, right? It was scripted 100%. They're all on the same side. They want control. And by the way, this new system will have control as well.
And that was a problem. So Great Britain imposed all kinds of laws to try to regulate the paper currencies that were getting invented. And when the Stamp Act went into effect, because so much of these taxes had to be paid in British currency, it put a de facto end to much of this colonial paper money, because businesses needed to pay their taxes in this currency. They couldn't pay it with this currency. This is how the British retained control of their currency until the Revolutionary War. It makes me think of one of the most famous quotes from a Rothschild. "Permit me to issue and control the money of a nation, and I care not who makes its laws." Mayor Anselm Rothschild, 1790. American history is vastly complex, and any TikTok is going to vastly oversimplify it. But there's a reason why they teach you about the stamps and the tea in school and not about the money. And while I was researching this, I kept on thinking, like, the incumbent established governmental powers passing a bunch of regulation to try to regulate new currencies invented by the people? Weird, that sounds familiar. It's almost like people inventing new sovereign forms of money that aren't ruled by central banks and established power is a threat to the powers that be. I mean, it was kind of weird how for years and years and years, the SEC and Mr. Gensler gave no guidance as to whether cryptocurrencies were securities or not, and whether or not they'd be regulated, and then all of a sudden we're at war with cryptocurrencies. Besides, Gary Gensler is like a public servant. He's not like part of an entrenched, established financial elite at all. And I mean, come on, he was nominated by Mr. Joe B., who's literally uncorruptible and has no evidence of ever having done anything shady. Besides, Gary's an expert at finance, and he learned it from one of the most reputable organizations ever, who literally can't even escape Wikipedia calling them out, has been criticized for lack of ethical standards, working with dictatorial regimes, close relationships with the US federal government by a revolving door of former employees. I mean, lots of cryptocurrencies are trash, you know, it's the Wild West of new money. Kind of like paper money was back in the 1700s. And it kind of makes you think how different the world would look if we were all still using British currency, and this had never happened. But if you work for the CIA and you're watching this, just know that I'm not calling for a revolution. I'm just calling for education about finance. Like, the average person doesn't know shit about how money works, and they should. Sue me.
And that's why the traditional financial system is taking over the crypto sphere, guys. Let us prepare for the new world, because it's right in front of our faces. All we need to do is open the door, and it's right there, guys, right? At least we'll take advantage of this opportunity. Now, financial vice, or will people space rise up? Let's see. Not financial vice, not financial vice, and not financial vice. But anyways, guys, hope you guys amazing. See ya.